For decades, it was not much more than a dream, an idea. What if we could have a temple right here in central Indiana, a true center for our community?
When I grew up, my grandma used to say, a city or a place which does not have a temple is not worth living.
Because we have all come from India, 10,000 miles away, and we live in this beautiful country. But we'd like to preserve our root and culture. So where do we get all this value education? This is a place.
It's just mainly bringing people together. I mean, in our modern world, we're kind of disconnected, and I feel like this is especially going to bring the Indian community together.
The temple is one of the greatest places I think that I could ever hope to be a part of. I've gotten to meet so many people, and I've gotten to talk with a lot of people who have so much wisdom and so much knowledge that they can pass on.
A temple is not only the place for worship. It's not the only ritualistic part. It's an institution. It's an organization where it gives education, art, culture, seva, service, sharing, learning. It's more than just the rituals that generally people see.
It has been a long path to see this temple rise from the surrounding cornfields. It began from the vision and contributions of a small leadership committee.
With the support of 6 members from the ad hoc committee, at 7, we were able to purchase the land, and this plan was developed.
The plan had 3 phases, and construction began in 2005.
The phase 1 was the first time they built a small box to have a temporary worship hall.
So when we first completed the phase 1 and moved in, there was an unbelievable level of emotion among people. Unbelievable means that there were tears of joy in the people.
Phase 2 would greatly expand the original footprint of the building.
At the beginning, we were very scared. How do we take this big project? But we visited all the temples around Indiana, like Dayton, Louisville, Cincinnati, Chicago, and suburban states, and asked the questions with them. They started a temple on a small scale. Then they realized the temple was not enough to cater the needs of the community, So they started enlarging, and they suggested, if you are going to build the temple, don't go with the small, try to do a big scale,
The most challenging is convincing the local people and the local community that we are building this temple and it is for you guys. It is for the community. And this will help not only the first generation but their kids too.
Phase 2 is basically the shell of this original brand new temple we are going to have. And this temple, phase 2, was completed in 2012 September.
Phase 3 would take more than a year to begin. It was to take the big structure of Phase 2 and Indianize it, to make it look and feel like a piece of India in Indiana. To do so would require an architect and craftsmen from India who do nothing but construct temples.
There are 26 artisans with 1 temple architect.
Essentially come from a very small family of construction workers who specialize in this temple architecture. It turns out that vast majority of them are coming from one village.
I come here almost every day just to see their work. They see their work as coming from God. They don't know how much time they are spending. Sometimes they are into it so much that even they use some lights during evenings. They said we have to finish if we take a task. So if they take a figure and they have to finish it, they finish it within that day.
As important as the artistic achievement above ground is what happens in the basement, the Bal Gokulam.
Once they come to the Bal Gokulam, the meaning behind each and every symbol and the rituals and the artwork, we explain them. What is the significance? We try to teach them why we do and what's the meaning behind it and how it is important into their day-to-day life. Unless they have that kind of understanding, otherwise it's just mechanical.
this wouldn't be here, I would have no way to educate my own children when I grow up about why do we do the certain things we do here. So the books and the teachings and the educational lessons we get here will stick with us and prove to be very valuable in the future.
How about the spectators? What did they say? Look at who?
Yeah, I've been to the classes for as long as I can remember, and it's been great and it's built me as a person.
You had a good try.
I think that having that sort of experience where we can learn a lot and in depth in a place like this is absolutely important for us to really go out into the world and show people what Hinduism is all about and what us as a people really stand for.
What we are giving here is a value education. It's not only Hindu religion that we teach them how to become a good human being. It's a value education, it's a physical, intellectual, spiritual education that we give.
They learn the social and cultural aspects of Hindu society, and that makes the foundation for their character.
We'll see, like in India, when I visit temples, as soon as you walk in, you get this like mind-blown feeling that all of this architecture just looks so beautiful, and it's honestly just a different feeling from within. And that's why this is so important to me, this construction, because it's bringing India to us.
So I think that it's very important to have a place like this here because you get a sense of community. I think you get a lot of knowledge into how life works back where religiously your heritage lies and where your parents have come from and your grandparents have come from.
So it's not only Hindus meeting here and we are helping only Hindus. Our aim is to go beyond our group. We call it Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, means the whole world is a family.
I've seen this mandir grow from a small little room to this huge expansive building we have today. So it's been very impactful to see the power that you can have as a community.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, to see the temples coming from the birth to the growing stage, Many people, generations, they cannot travel to India very often. So at least we have a temple here, they can come and pray, and worship the gods of their interest. Here we have all representation of almost every god.
So we have incorporated north, south, east, west, central, and even parts of Nepal. People from Nepal also are coming to our temple now because they came to know we have built different style. Basically, many different temples from India built under one roof. This is Hindu Temple of Central Indiana.
This is going to be one of the best temples in the United States.
After nearly 50 years of Indian community, we will have a temple of our own. And we are going to be very proud of it.
How do we do? Good job.